Well, ladies and gentlemen. It appears that even though he is dead, we just cannot stop talking about Gonzalo Lira. Now, there is no doubt some of you out there that might have been thinking to themselves at one point or another, is Gonzalo really dead? Is Coach really gone? Has he truly left this mortal world, or is he in hiding? Did he fake his death to escape the Ukrainian Nazis? Well, uh, the Spanish magazine Interferencia is here to tell us that yes, Gonzalo Lira is dead, and his funeral was took place in Chile. So this is an exclusive video. Okay, exclusive video. The funeral of Gonzalo Lira in Santiago de Chile. As we can clearly see by this image here. It appears that Coach was cremated. And this is it. This is the urn of Gonzalo Lira. This is where he was cremated, and this is where his remains are. Here, so this is the last known photo that we have of Coach Red Pill ever. And you can thank me for that. Okay, not me exactly, someone else that discovered this article, but you get what I mean, right? Anyway. So, let's read this article, shall we? Lira's remains were repatriated from Europe after his death due to pneumonia while imprisoned in Ukraine. The Chilean American lived in Kharkiv and was an active communicator about the developments of the Russian Ukrainian war. His father accuses a political assassination by Ukraine and blames Western authorities for not advocating for his safety and freedom. This Friday, March 8th, 2024, was the response for the remains of the Chilean American writer, filmmaker, and blogger Gonzalo Lira Lopez, which were repatriated to Santiago de Chile 2 months after his death at the hands of Ukrainian authorities. Interference had exclusive access to the funeral service, which was attended by family and friends who filled the Catholic chapel of St. George School, of which Lira was a former student. So we got the video right here. This is it. This is the funeral service for Gonzalo Lira. Maybe we'll go over this video once I get done reading the article. Maybe it'll be a separate video in and of itself. I'm not entirely sure yet, really. I'm thinking maybe splitting it up into two parts, mainly because I don't know how long this video is, but anyway, we got an article to read. Gonzalo Lira lived in the Ukraine city of Kharkov with his two children from Ukrainian soil. Lira carried out intense online communication activity in English. After the Russian invasion, Lira dedicated himself to the analysis of the conflict, with strong criticism of the positions of Ukraine and the United States in the war. Through his YouTube channels and social networks, the author of Counterparts had hundreds of thousands of subscribers and millions of views on his videos. The first warning of Gonzalo Lira's danger came in April 2022 when he disappeared from the internet for a week. The event generated an international stir because he was known in the circles of communicators around the conflict and because of his dual Chilean American nationality. Days later, the blogger returned with an interview with the Duran channel. On the occasion, he commented that he was detained by the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, deprived of his cell phone and email. In his speech during the response, Lira's father noted, "As an American citizen, you defend your right to express yourself, which is guaranteed by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution." But the senile and decrepit Biden did not defend you. He never, he, he called the murderer Zelensky his puppet to free you. You do realize that just because you have the right to defend and express yourself in America doesn't mean you can do that in the rest of the world, right? Like, this guy has been living in Ukraine prior to his death for a decade. But anyway. In the Forense dedicated to the writer of the article, "What is Known About Gonzalo Lira and His Mysterious Disappearance in Ukraine," in which the then missing Chilean American was profiled. In the aforementioned interview, Lira assured that there were people more deserving of the attention of the Ukrainian Secret Service, indicating other public figures who disappeared during the first months of the war. "They matter more because some of us don't know where they are and others were murdered," she said. Lira's activity in Ukrainian territory was described as pro-Russian. For this reason, the Ukrainian Security Service detained him on 2 other occasions. The first time he was arrested in May 2023 and released on bail, with an order not to leave the country. According to Lira, he was tortured while in prison. After being released, Lira returned to social networks. On July 31st, 2023, he announced through his Twitter account that he would try to leave the country through Hungary, seeking political asylum. However, he was detained by the SBU at the border. Once again in prison, Lira fell ill with pneumonia that worsened until it compromised both lungs. According to the Ukrainian authorities, the Chilean American died on January 11th, 2024, almost on his 56th birthday. Yeah, the pneumonia definitely killed him. I guess it also didn't help that he was smoking like a fucking chimney every other day. And he was living in shit, but yeah, it was definitely the pneumonia that totally killed him in the end. Anyway, "You repudiated and revealed to the West the bloody dictator Zelensky and the senile Biden for being the cause of this war. In the end, they would be your executioners," said Gonzalo Lira Valdez. That's Coach's father there. That's calling Biden senile and calling Zelensky this bloody dictator there. That's Papa Gonzo. Anyway, Lira's imprisonment and death were covered by influential conservative journalist Tucker Carlson on Twitter. Carlson wrote, "He is an American citizen who has been tortured in a Ukrainian prison since July for the crimes of criticizing Zelensky. Biden's officials approved of this because they would like to apply the same standard here." In response, Elon Musk, owner of Then, "We have a serious problem here." I had to translate this from Spanish, and as you can see, might have screwed up a bit on the English. Once his death was known, his father, Gonzalo Lira Valdez, has accused that it was a political murder, blaming the Western authorities who did not advocate for the safety and freedom of his son. Gonzalo Lira's father giving a speech at his son's funeral. In his speech during the response, Lira's father noted, "As an American citizen, you defend your..." Oh, I read this already. Let's see. I read that part too. Here we go. "I bow before you, my son, admiring your courage in defending a universal principle," were some farewell words to his son. Now that your body is no longer suffering in prison, be free. Travel through the skies and the places where your children breathe. Veronica and Ramon, protect them. Protect them from beyond, and I will watch over them until I join you. Rest in peace, Gonzalo, my dear son. Under the protection of God, you will never be alone again. I'm pretty sure it's the other guy that's, quote unquote, taking care of Gonzalo there, buddy. I don't think it's Gun. I'm pretty sure it's the other guy. You know, the guy that runs the place that's full of fire and pain and screaming. Yeah, that's where your son is right now. Not the place you're thinking of, but the other place. There. Let's see now. Okay, so that's the article done. I just want to check out the live stream real quick. How long does it say? Oh, 3 minutes? Yeah, we can do that. You know what? Give me 1 sec. Okay. I just had to try to get English subtitles for this. So this is where Gonzo's funeral took place. There, it's a nice place, I gotta say.
Nel nome del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. No sé si decir buenas tardes, quizás es lo que hay que decir, porque es la norma básica de la educación. Sin embargo,
Quite a crowd. Quite a crowd for Gonzalo Lira's funeral, I gotta say. Quite a lot of people in this chapel right now for Gonzalo Lira.
es un momento triste. La partida de Gonzalo nos ha bendecido. Les agradezco primeramente que hayan venido. No me extraña. Mi hijo tenía un poder de convocatoria como poco. Buscando tu destino, finalmente lo encontraste en internet. Más de 360.000 personas se suscribieron a ti, te seguían y millones veían escuchando tus comentarios a través de internet de muchos temas de actualidad. Fuiste el premonitorio de la guerra que azotó al país de tus hijos.
There's our boy. One of the last videos he posted to the internet while he was trying his great escape from Ukraine to Hungary. Oh. Look how fucking big his head is. Just look at him. Look at him. You know, oh fuck.
A través de internet de muchos temas de actualidad. Fuiste el premonitorio de la guerra que azotó.
If he had lost any more hair there, he would have looked like a fucking Eggman from the Batman 1966 show.
Al país de tus hijos. Repudiaste y revelaste a Occidente al sangriento dictador Zelensky y al senil Biden por ser causantes de esta guerra. Al final ellos serían tus verdugos. Como ciudadano americano, ejercías tu derecho a expresarte, el cual está garantizado por la primera enmienda de la Constitución de Estados Unidos. Pero el senil y decrépito Biden.
One of these days, I'm gonna make the pilgrimage to Gonzalo Lira's grave with my copy of Wilshire Boulevard because, yes, of course I have it because I'm just that goddamn special. Anyway, when the evil dictator Zelensky has been overthrown and based Russia conquers most of the known world there, I'm going to stand there with my copy of Wilshire Boulevard, and I'm going to say you were right. Zelensky was a dictator, and Putin was just very based. And I'm sorry my government had to kill you for that.
No te defendió. Nunca llamó al asesino Zelensky a su títere para que te liberara. Me inclino ante ti, hijo mío, admirando tu valor al defender un principio universal. Y yo te señalo, mi querido hijo, ahora que tu cuerpo ya no está sufriendo prisión, sé libre, recorre los cielos y los lugares donde respiran tus hijos, Verónica y Ramón. Protégelos. Protégelos.
You know, I keep hearing that Veronica and Ramon are very young, and I'm not entirely sure if any of those kids are ever going to remember who their father was. I mean, they're probably going to have to rely on videos like this and countless other videos talking about Gonzalo Lira to find out who their dad was, and, oh boy. Oh boy, I would not want to be those kids.
Desde más allá, que yo velaré por ello hasta unirme a ti. Descanse en paz. Un salvo, mi querido hijo, bajo la protección de Dios. Ya no estás nunca más solo.
Again, you know, quite the turnout that Gonzalo got for his final farewell there. Like, I honestly wasn't expecting many people to show up. Well, okay, I knew his Vacnick buddies would not show up for this, okay? Jackson Hinkle, Tucker Carlson, and the like, they weren't going to be anywhere near this thing. But, again, you know, I'm sure it's family and friends and more, let's be real here, they're probably supporting the Pops more than anything, but I gotta say, quite the turnout for Gonzalo Lira's funeral. I'm impressed. But anyway, this is where I'm gonna end the video. Yeah. That little urn there with Gonzalo Lira's name with the little crucifix on it, that's the last photo of Gonzalo Lira that everyone's ever gonna see. He's really dead, and it's all the fault of senile Brandon and bloodthirsty Zelensky. What are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? That's just the world we live in. But I got my copy of Wilshire Boulevard, and when this war ends, and base Putin defeats the evil Jewish Nazis, I'm gonna fly down to Chile, and I'm gonna tell Coach, you know, you were right. You were absolutely right about everything. You were the canary in the coal mine. And we had to silence you for it. And, you know, I hope you enjoy martyrdom. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before Pope Francis or popes that come after him make Gonzalo Lira a saint. So, I, for one, welcome Saint Gonzalo Lira, patron saint of based boomers everywhere. That's gonna be fucking fun if that ever happens, which I do hope, but it's probably not gonna happen. Anyway, see ya.